sales techniques for real estate agents. See, technically, if you think about it, we are in a people business. So we are basically helping people to buy their uh, roti kapda or makan. What is that saying? In that one, we are giving one of the aspect. That's a major aspect. Forget about the investment part, you can help them, but the main goal is when you talk about the real estate, you are helping them to build their own home and raise their families. So in that aspect, how do you connect as a real estate agent? So how do you do that? So let's go one by one and see what we can learn from this things. So there are 10 elements in this one. So one is active listening, and the other one is rapport, effective communication, knowledge, overcoming the objections, and follow up, networking, and the referrals, emotional connections, which is one of the main thing that plays a major role when you connect to your clients. And the other one is a personalized solutions, and then at the least and the last one is a continuous learning. So we'll go one by one. I'll spend at least 2 minutes in each topic, so at least we can wrap up. I'll just give you a brief thing. So the active listening, one major thing, and when you say active listening, is anybody would call you for any property, or you call for a client if he is interested in. So you have to pay attention what they are talking. You need to let them speak first. Okay. So first thing you call is you make a phone call, right? Anybody who does a real estate is the common scenario. What that is, hello sir, this is Harinath Reddy. Are you interested in a property? Are you interested to buy a property? Are you interested to invest in a property? So in that case, you are posing a question, and then you should get an answer from them. And it's like, so that guy will give you um, okay, I'm interested in a property, 2 bedroom or 3 bedroom. So you have to pose a questions like you have to get an answer from them. So once you get an answer, you have to pay attention. So practice active listening skills to understand their needs, preferences, and concerns of your clients. Pay attention to their requirements and tailor your approach accordingly. What does it mean? Well, this person is two things, that the property he is buying is an investment property or for his own residence, right? So you have to categorize, right? You know what is this person wanted. So let's say if this person is interested to buy a residential property for his own home, and then you need to ask whether you wanted to buy a villa or an apartment, or what is the requirement of the apartments, 2 bedroom, 3 bedroom, and the budget is the main criteria. And on top of it, the location, where do they want to find out? So when they are giving you all the answers, you have to pay attention to that one. Either you have to chat down, or you have a voice recorder or something, so that you can go back. See, we are humans pretty much, so you can forget in the conversation what you have spoken to him. So it's always better to have a pen and paper and then start writing yourself what are their requirements. That is one of the first criteria when you are when you're in a real estate, right? So that is what you're active listening. And then building a rapport. Establish a strong rapport with the clients by being a friendly, approachable, and professional. Building a trust and rapport creates a positive relationship that can lead to a successful sales, right? So how do you build a rapport? Number one, anybody can just throw a simple thing for me, who can just unmute.
Yeah.
First call itself, you need to build a rapport. How do you do that?
Well, it's first of all, we make sure that it's a very friendly talk, and present yourself very positive manner, and let them feel that you are very friendly, and the way you communicate, they can understand what you're really communicating. So the communication is very important.
Good, good. In the phone, first conversation itself, as soon as you pick up the phone, you have to know their name, right? So once you know the name, hello, sir, how are you, sir? I say my name is hello, Harinath Reddy, sir. How are you today? How are you doing? So India में कैसा होता है? As soon as you pick up the phone, sir, are you interested in a property to buy villa and all those things? No. As soon as they say no, so that means you're disconnected right away. So you have to introduce yourself. So first of all, you say that good morning or good evening, namaste. Namaste is the best thing. You speak in your own language. If you are in a Telugu, you speak in Telugu, or if you're in Hindi, in Hindi. I mean, depending on where you live. So don't go crazy about you wanted to talk in English only. Forget about talking in English. Knock out the first strike you get in, greet them in your own language if you're in a Telugu. Like, Namaste sir, ఎలా ఉన్నారు? I mean, that is what I say. I'm Harinath Reddy. Reddy గారు ఎలా ఉన్నారండి? So how is your day today? So you are creating an intention that you are there. Your intention is not to sell the property. Your intention is to connect to that person. That is what you need to make sure. The first shake hand in a voice, not in a person. First shake hand should be that you have to greet them, and then you have to tell them your name. Specifically, you have to tell them your name. I'm Harinath Reddy calling from so and so company. I'm here to help you to find a property for you that you showed an interest. Don't just say blah 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 blah. Make a pauses in each and every sentence so they can connect with you. They can listen to you, right? Just like what we had in the previous saying, active listening. They are also should be active listeners for your rapport. So then only you will be able to sell them anything you want, right? So that is what I call the building a rapport. That is your second thing. And the next one is the effective communication, right? So this is your third bullet, which says, what does it say? Clearly communicate the benefits and features of the properties you are selling. Use a persuasive languages and emphasize how the property meets the client's needs and solves their problem. All right. So how do you do? So here now with the first three, what happened was, with the active listening, you know what he wanted to have it. With the rapport, you made a connection with that person. Now, since how do you communicate now? So you should know what is the property they are looking, right? You promote a property which in their interest, and you explain the property where it is located, what is the advantage of that property. And sometimes people say, no, that is all polluted area and all those things. There's a lot of traffic is coming on and all those things. But your goal is to sell that property because that is within his budget and within his requirements. And if you know the property is going to be future pollution free, so you have to explain them, saying, sir, tomorrow onwards or down the road, all the factories are moving out, or there will be a green corridor is coming. All those things, you should be able to convince that person about that property, either whatever the property you are selling it to him, right? So without effective communication, there is no way you can sell that property. Before you are doing an effective communication, you need to know about your product, right? Without knowing your product itself, you cannot communicate. Like the next point is a product knowledge. So you need to know what you're selling. Have an in-depth knowledge about the properties you are selling, including their features, location, amenities, and market value. This knowledge will instill confidence in your clients and help you address the queries, right? So what does it mean? So let's say the client is looking for a villa 5 CR, right? And 5 CR villas, you look in your you look in your inventory and then find out the suitable property for these guys, and then start talking to them about this property. And they might come up with some vastu things or some issues what they have. They might say, okay, clubhouse is not good, or clubhouse may not have a swimming pool, things like that. So if you can explain them with what the property is offering and all those things, to do that you need to know the the product knowledge. You need to know what you're selling. It's a very simple thing. There's nothing complicated in real estate. All you have to know is the location. The next one is the property. All these five elements you should be able to remember pretty easily. Or if you can't remember them, write down on the piece of paper or keep it in a print out a paper, right, about that product, and then keep reading them. Don't ever say you don't know anything about the property. Can you guys hear me? I think I don't see a lot of people. Yeah, some people are coming, right? So here, when you coming into the product knowledge, don't ever say when you're talking about the product, you don't know anything about the product. Never say that, oh, I'll know bedroom or four bedroom, I don't know. You need to convince them that as of now, I don't have that information. I'll get it and then I'll inform you. That is the way you should persuade your client that, okay, a banda समझदार है. So he knows what he is selling, what he is showing it to me. Then only they will trust you. Otherwise, if you keep saying that, I don't know whether this one has a clubhouse. I don't know whether it is very close to, outer ring road or some hospitals, whether it is so people will ask you whether this is closer to hospital or a college or a school, things like that one. So you need to promote this property. If there is an young family, you need to promote this property, showing that there are a lot of schools around, and this is a one-stop solution for you to live in this one. Colleges are nearby, schools are nearby, hospitals are nearby, and for your parents, the hospitals all around. So that is what you need to know around the property. What do you have, right? Do you agree? So once you know the product knowledge, then overcoming the objections. See, usually whenever you show the property, I'll read out what we have here. Anticipate and address potential objections or concerns are raised by the clients. Be prepared with the persuasive responses that highlight the value and benefits of the property. What could be the things, common things people will ask you in, yeah, you show the property, you took them to a villa or you took them to an apartment, and sometimes people will say you take them to a 35-story apartment, and then one guy will say, no, I'm afraid of the heights. I don't want to live in a 35 floor things. But you can say you don't have to buy a flat in 35th floor. You can go fourth floor, third floor, as if you can give a feeling like living in a G plus five or fifth floor apartments. So since you're not going high all the way up to 35 floors, so you don't need to worry about the heights. The other objections most of the people will get is, I want a east facing or a west facing. So you need to tell them either west facing is what is the advantage with the west facing, what is the disadvantage or benefit. If that guy says west, I like west facing, and if you don't have a west facing and you have east facing, you should be able to convince that fellow to buy the east facing. Advantage buying east. A lot of people prefer east facing. And see, the thing is, you are buying a house right now, and tomorrow, think about it, you need to sell this property also. So if you want to sell this property, what is more popular things in the market? Most of the time, people say east facing. That also depending on the region where you're living. Like um, Andhra people like something, and North people will like something facings. And when you go to the Tamil Nadu, people in Tamil Nadu will like south facing features and all those things. But if you have the inventory, well, it's good, and you can drop the bullet on them, saying, okay, I have this property for you, and then they can buy it. When they don't have what they are requiring, and you want to have uh, mm, sell your property, so you should try to convince them rather than just giving up. Don't ever give up that, okay, मेरे पास नहीं है, मेरे पास east facing नहीं, मेरे पास north facing नहीं. No, whatever you have in your inventory, try to push that one first. Don't go after the customers, whatever they ask for you. And ye banda, if that guy will ask you, I'll need a north facing only. Don't go after that north facing. Don't go find out those north facings. First of all, try to market what you have in your inventory, right? So then only you will be successful. आपके पास क्या है पहले वो बेचना पड़ेगा. You cannot run after the customer's needs. That is, you need to remember as the successful real estate agent. All right. Next, you find what the client is required. You took the client to that appropriate property, and then you showed to that, and either a villa, an apartment, or for an investment for that matter. And then he will say, you know what? Yes, I like this one. Maybe I need a couple of days, or maybe I need a month to look into that one. And once you are done with your property show, all you have to do is you should send a thank you letter the same day. As soon as the property you have shown to him, thank you for trusting me. Some wording, whatever the wordings you come up with, and then with the Remax, we can give you all that nice the captions, quotations. We can share with you all those wonderful words. People would admire you, admire your professional manner. You just can't say, okay, we'll talk to you tomorrow, or I'll call you later. You just can't leave that person because he is a potential buyer for you. So, what is a follow up you need to do? The follow up with the potential clients after property viewing or initial interactions. Maintain regular communications to address any additional questions or concerns and keep them engaged throughout the sale process. See, first of all, you need to send a thank you letter. And the next one, the next day itself, you need to give them a message saying, okay, sir, what is your feedback about the property? Is there anything I can do? Is there anything more details you want to know about the property? Or if that guy says, no, I'm looking for some other property, I don't like this one. It's like what he doesn't like in that property, you need to understand before you go and show it to the other property, right? So these are all the follow-up questions you need to make sure you write it down either in your app. Right now, Remax is giving a wonderful app so that you can follow up with their feedback. Either if that guy wants to give you a call a week later or a month later. Don't just wait for a month. You just call before that 1 month, the 15 days, saying, hi, sir, this is Harinath Reddy. We have shown you that property and anything changed. I know you said you want me to call 1 month later, but I'm just assuming that your requirements are I just want to know what is the status, anything changed, your requirements, things like that. Even though client says, call me in a 1 month, don't wait for a month. You should cut that time into a half and then start following up. If that guy say, call me in a couple of days or call me in a weekend, you better call. If that guy says, call me on Saturday or Sunday, give an indication on a Friday or Thursday, sir. This is what I'm going to call you on Thursday or I mean a Saturday and Sunday for your scheduled meeting. Either if that guy wants to revisit the property. Until unless you keep following a methodical way, you will not be a successful because all these things will go under the drain or through the drain. Or you have done an amazing job for this person to show your property, to bring them to the property, and then you have explained all those things. You are just 10% away from closing. So don't miss this follow up. Follow up is the main thing that will convert into a loosely coupled also to make money, right? So you have done all the effort, and then if you don't follow up, you lost almost 2 lakhs to 3 lakhs a monthly income from your pocket. So remember, follow up is the main thing. And after that, what will happen? The networking and referrals. This is another aspect which you need to make a strong commitment to build your networking and referrals. How do you build your networking and referrals? The thing is, build a strong network of contacts in the real estate industry, including other agents, brokers, and professionals. Foster relationships that can lead to a referrals and potential clients, right? So here I'll tell you one thing. Right now, we just say previously we said follow up, right? With the follow up, you closed an apartment or a villa. Wonderful. You got the commission, and then you give a big shake hand with that fellow, and then you just move on. No, he is your main guy for you to sell the other apartment, right? So either he has a relatives or either he has a friends or he has some other guy who can refer you to sell another unit for you. So what you have to do as a thank you for him, you should send something like either flower bouquet or some memento, that a thank you memento for this person, and then take a picture, and then you should convey that I will do the same service for your friends and relatives if somebody is looking for an apartment or a similar kind of a property. So that way, he will be very happy for that personal. Go to his home. Don't just call. Walk into his home, take an appointment, then just meet that fellow, and then thank you him with some token of appreciation. And Along the same token, you should talk to other agents also if they have any clients. You have a property, but you don't have a client. So all you have to do is um, connect with all the agents. Don't be shy saying, okay, if ये बंदा को मैं property दिखाया तो so he will take out all those things. No, you have to build a rapport with the agents itself and then create a trust with all other brokers. That is what the Remax help you here, being in a network of all the real estate agents. So we should be able to share our leads, share our properties, and then that network, building a network is the major another major factor for you to be a successful real estate agent, right? Without networking, without telling people that you are in a real estate, you're like a one-man show. You don't want to be a one-man show. You are here like thousand, one person, one of you, like I would say, either Rahul, either Alim, Anuj, Mahesh, all these people, they are not working alone. You're not a one-man army. You're an army of Remax agents. You're a group. You're a network. So you have to tell the persons that you are a part of the network and what is the strength of your network. So then the other agents or the clients who are interested can trust you and do the what should I say? They will be after you to request for the properties, right? You guys agree with that one? So and then what is the last one is I would say you should have a personal connections. Understand that purchasing a real estate often involves emotional considerations. Connect with clients on an emotional level by understanding their aspirations, dreams, and motivations for buying a property. I'll give you a simple example. Recently, I have a client, recently married couple came to my office to buy an apartment. So you need to connect with them how the marriage was done, you know. So you have to make a jokes about kitna dowry liya, you know, things like that. You have to connect with them. How much money they have spent for their marriage, what were their education levels, what are their mothers do, fathers do, whether they like son-in-law or father-in-law, things like that. Once you start connecting them, they will open it up. Whenever they come to your office, don't start talking about the property. You have to connect with the people personal level, family level. So when a family comes in, you have to tell them what, let's say, for example, if old people like 50 above 50 age comes in, you have to ask them how many kids they have, what are their kids doing, whether they are studying, what who for whom this property is. So if you start asking all these questions, they will open it up and they will connect with you, and then they will say what kind of a properties they want, even though there is a some properties which they don't like it, but with your personal connection, so you should be able to sell that property very easily. So this is the last and final important thing you need to know. You have to have a personal connection with every client you have. So whenever you make a phone call, they should remember your name. If I make a phone call, people will know by name, by my first name, you know. So that is a rapport you need to develop. So, and then the other thing is personalized solutions. Once you have a personal connection, you need to give them personalized solutions based on their requirement. What are they required? Let's say if the newly married couple comes on, it's two-bedroom will be enough for them based on their budget. So you recommend them either two-bedroom fits into their budget. Or if they are well worthy to buy a three-bedroom, you should convey them saying, okay, don't buy two-bedroom, go for a three-bedroom. Because if you buy a two-bedroom right now, एक दो तीन साल के बाद आपको बच्चा आएगा, and then you need to move out of that apartment. So make sure based on their financial stability, trying to customize their buying power into the better things. Clients will come, a newly married couple will come, okay, आज मेरा requirement है two bedroom, so we are well enough two bedroom. But again, you need to tell them if the family grows out, they have to sell that two-bedroom apartment and move into the three-bedroom apartment. If these two guys are a software professionals, you should convince them to buy the three-bedroom. Things like that, you need to personalize their uh, their requirement. What are they buying? Yeah, let's say, for example, if they have a budget of 50 lakhs and there is a property sitting around 55 lakhs, you know, so you should be able to convince them, is it worth to invest extra 5 lakhs? Because down the road, that builder is going to increase the prices and they cannot even afford to buy at 50 lakhs down the road. The prices will go up. So you have to convince them what is good and what is uh, you know things like that. So that is what you call a, you cater these clients by being a personalized solutions, right? And after that, you need to do continuous learning. What does it mean? One property you sold and your matter doesn't end from there, so you need to keep looking at the trends. What are the new hospitals coming? What are the new market values coming? Either the property value is going up or the land values are going up. Are there any new RERA regulations coming into picture? Things like that. You need to be aware of the surrounding market where you live, so you need to know, um, spend time, buy newspapers, keep listening, keep looking at the real estate, the, what should I say, the real estate section of the newspapers. There are a lot of advertisements. Builders will be giving a lot of information, what's upcoming, what is the prices they are selling. You need to be keep updating yourself. Continue learning will enhance your experience and credibility as a real estate agent. See, when you say continuous learning, you need to not only you need to know about the properties, you need to know about how to talk to your personality also need to be improved. Your presentation skills need to be improved. Right now, with the digital era, you need to be aggressive in presenting your properties through social media. You need to tell all your friends and relatives you're active in social media. You have to use the social media very aggressively. Purana jamana to gaya. What I meant is publishing in a small column. There is a property for sale, a three-bedroom apartment through a villa is for sale in a newspaper ad. So a lot of people don't read that small print nowadays. Everybody is after digital marketing. So you need to know how to do the digital marketing of your properties, how to present yourself also, that you need to tell your friends, you need to tell your colleagues. If you're a bank employee, you're doing a real estate, see, you're not only, some people not only doing a real estate on the side, they will be their main bread and butter will be a different jobs. Either they could be a school teacher, or they could be a doctors, they could be a chartered accounts, they could be, I mean, I'm talking about all the real estate agents. They don't not only doing a real estate business, they do the other businesses also. Apart from doing their businesses, they need to tell them world that they are involved in a real estate and they are part of a Remax, which is one of the world's number one franchisee in the world, and you are a part of that network. So that is the way only people know that if somebody is looking for a two-bedroom, your friend should call you right away. For that matter, my childhood friend who I have not spoken to him almost 30, 35 years. I left this country in 92, right? And we studied together in the United States, a civil engineering. Oh, banda call kiya last night and say, Hari, I came to know that you are doing a real estate. I saw your ads on Facebook. I have 4 apartments needs to be sold. So can you help me? I just got a call yesterday. So being active on Facebook, LinkedIn, you get do kind of this requirements. So don't lose, by not being active in a digital market. So every day in the market, every day early in the morning, my way of doing a business is, while I love coffee, while taking a coffee, you just browse your Facebook, keep publishing your news articles about the properties, write something about properties, things like that, connect with more people. We'll teach you all those things down the road, how you can make very successful person using a lot of tools on a digital marketing. Okay, so the continuous learning is also one of the major factor in your that thing. Um, So, like I said, I wanted to go through all the things what we have said. Okay, active listening, that is the number one. You need to know what the client's is requirements and building a rapport. So you need to when I say building a rapport, that guy should be able to trust you with the effective communication. And with the effective communication, you need to give them a proper knowledge about the villa or a product, what they are interested in. And if there are any likes or dislikes, you have to give other alternates or give them a proper answer to buy this property. And once they visit the property, do a proper follow-up close. I mean, you are almost there to close this property. Without doing a proper follow-up, you cannot close that one. Once you do, after the follow-up and you sold the property, and now you need to do the networking and referrals. I mean, you need to reach all the people who have bought the properties from you, give some token, and then emotional connections. I mean, you need to do visit them and then talk to their families and then give them a personalized solutions. And of all these things done with your continuous learning, right? So I think you pretty much able to get a grasp of what you need to be a successful real estate agent. And there ends my presentation. If you guys want to ask me any questions, I'm here. Anybody? Please feel free to ask me any questions. Hello?
Hello. Yeah. Thank
Yeah.
you, sir. Thank you very much. A brief, real notes, and it's really worth to being a successful in real estate marketing. So, so sometimes I even personally I noticed something like the people sometimes if you answer immediately they are asking what is your budget. Is it a right question for a real estate guy or it's a wrong question?
No, first of all, you need to have five elements, right? What kind of a property they are buying. That is your number one. You need to categorize whether they are investing purpose or their personal use. Even a personal residency, then you need to know what is their either they want a villas or an apartments, right? So, and after that, you need to know what kind of a size they want, a three-bedroom or a two-bedroom, and the location where they want to buy. The budget comes in a last question because that is a sensitive matter, right?
Exactly.
So don't ever, when you say, when you ask them the budget wise, it is a kind of insulting people. It's like, आप कितने में खरीदना चाहते हैं? This is not a vegetable market,
And I
right?
believe the
So,
first three questions probably gives an estimate about what kind of budget a person has. Right? The location can tell us what kind of property they're looking for, what is the size. So if we have the market knowledge, we can, grab an idea of what budget they actually have.
and there is a polite way you should be able to ask that last question, that sweet question is like, so, sir, I know you wanted to have a villa, you wanted to have a 250, I mean, 300 square yards and all those things. And what is the range I should look? What is the range of the property I should look? Don't call them what is a budget you have. I would I would strongly ask them what is the range of the property value I should look. I mean, don't tell them what is आपका budget क्या है. No.
That's
So
quite
that is a polite.
yes, that's quite informative.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Also, like I concluded, like I'm also learning real estate with all of you. Maybe I'll also do something in near future.
Great.
So yeah, something I concluded is we have to use our social handles, our presence across everywhere. It will help us a lot. Like I believe if we are able to put 5 messages, maybe one on our broadcast list on WhatsApp, one on Insta, one on FB, one on LinkedIn, it will do for us. Every day, if we are able to do it for 1 month continuously, we are going to have some good leads in our bucket the very 30th day. Is it right,
Right.
Mr. Reddy?
It is not a once a month. You should do every alternate day.
I'm saying what for 30 days we have to do it consistently.
Every no, there is a two things you need to be because I One thing I believe in Remax training is imagine in United States they don't manufacture anything. You
Right.
understand?
Hmm.
Everything is manufactured outside the country, but they are very good sellers. They are very good sales and marketing. Nobody can beat American way of selling,
Hmm.
right? And if you look at it, any you don't believe it. I'll give you a simple example. You know Abraham Lincoln, right?
Yeah.
So when I went to Abraham Lincoln monument there is a guy who was working for वो janitor, उसका बाथरूम साफ करने वाला है ना,
Hmm.
उसका कमरा है, उसको भी टिकट लगा के दिस इज वेयर अब्राहम लिंकन झाड़ू झाड़ू पोंछने वाला इधर इधर था. So
Okay.
that is a kind of a marketing they do. So in real estate also there is a tons of information in a Remax University. You can learn a lot from that
Yeah.
one. So I have in that way I have learned a lot. So in that case, what you need to the point I'm trying to come in is like what Kashik C was saying is you have to post all your properties every alternate day, you know, and then on top of it your digital platform should not be entirely commercial.
Yes.
It has to be a personal also.
Yes.
चलो आज फ्राइडे है, आप फ्रेंड्स के साथ गया, so you had a nice coffee, put a post of that with your friends as like a photo लगाओ, I was having a coffee some so
Hmm.
you know either
Hmm.
what should I Starbucks, I'm having a nice coffee here, friends join with me, things like you have to post the personal and then on top of it you have to post the commercial also.
Yes.
So there is a beauty of this thing is with the Facebook, you can have a 5,000 friends in your bucket. I mean, you can connect with the 5,000 people you connect, right? Uh, Once you connect with the 5,000 people, make sure all these 5,000 people, when you try to send a invitation for them, take a look at their profile. Connect to the people who have more than at least 1,000 people in their friends list. Don't connect them as if like, okay, uska to 10 friends hai, there is no use for them. So make sure you have everybody who are you connecting with them is minimum 1,000 people in their
Hmm.
friends list. What will happen is, let's say, for example, in my office, I have a 50 people. I have a 50 people working under me as a business associates. I'll tell them to connect as many as um, 5,000. I mean, nobody can, until you're crazy, you cannot reach that 5,000. Maximum 3,000, 1,500 people you will be in your friends list. What will happen is you have a 50 people under you, and then if you post one article today, and all your 50 people will be tagged, and their thousand people, look at how many people will be able to see your post. And if they start looking at their real estate or something, Facebook automatically shows your post to them. And it also makes sure when you are posting your article
Hmm.
or anything about your property, because what will happen is if you post in the middle of the night, and if your friend is crazy about all his friends, you post it in the middle of the night, right? By the time he gets up and sees, a lot of friends might have posted so many things. So your post will be all the way at the bottom. So you always look at what is the best time to post for your the property information. These are so many things makes you digitally very successful without putting a dollar or a penny or a rupee. You can do a lot of business with social media, especially LinkedIn. Connect to the people who are high profile. You look for chartered accounts, you look for doctors, you look for bank officers. Those are the people you wanted to connect with them so that your professional uh, uh, network should be very good. Right?
So that
Any more
was
questions?
amazing. That was amazing. Any questions? Guys, I
All
need
right.
to tell you, Tandon ji is not able to join because of some technical issue. He's not in office today. Today is his birthday. So he has taken a leave. So from his home, he's not able to join because of his reasons. So I'll definitely try to connect with him in our next session. Any questions? And also, Aditya was also coming to meet you all, but he's also traveling from Corbett to New Delhi. So he's also on the way. So yeah, we
So
do have,
I would suggest
yeah.
last and foremost, make use of the brand. Make use of the brand. That is where your money is. Everybody will ask you, why do I need a Remax?
Hmm.
Because they don't know the value of Remax.
Yeah.
So you just look at the pizza. You go to the Pizza Hut, right? So either Domino's or Pizza Hut. You go to a specific pizza which was already proven in the market.
Hmm.
You don't go to a mom and pop Pizza Hut. You don't go to some coffee. Starbucks रहता है तो you go to the Starbucks because it's already built their brand value. So you have to trust the brand. You have to make use of the brand. Then only you will be a successful.